Hello and welcome to Watch Me Code. I am Kamran Vidani and today's video we will continue the OLX clone with ReactJS. Before starting, I would like to request, if you have not subscribed to YouTube Watch Me Code channel, then please subscribe and click the bell icon. And if you have not like the Watch Me Code Facebook page, then please like and share. Why not just quickly share it in a group? Let's quickly select React and just hit ReactJS, ReactJS developer, ReactJS, and Watch Me Code itself. Perfect. And just close it. So in previous lecture for OLX, we have created the exciting header and we have created a subheader with an all categories button. We have all these popular or featured categories right here. Today we will design the rest of the landing page, that is the listing and this nice advertisement from Google, and we will add this nice ribbon for the OLX app and link to the app stores and Google Play Store, and we will add this footer as well. So let's go and open the app.js, and we have this nice home page, and for home page we will add import React, and let's add use state, and for the use state we will simply call const. And for const I'll add let's use a common keyword like list, set list, and we will add a simple use state, and we will pass an empty array for now. We will use const loading, and we will add a set loading equals use state equals true by default, because on the page load we will add the loading placeholders. Let's go inside the comps and create a new file, and let's call it list item.js. Perfect. Quickly create an item by copying and pasting. Let's call it list item, or maybe we can call it add item, and just rename the list item to rename add item.js. Perfect. Now we need to replace this home page to add item, and we need to export the add item. Perfect. Now we need to add props, and we will add if placeholder in props, we will simply return, why not just copy and paste right here this add item, and we need to create a block which has this nice image, a title, one-liner description, location, and date. Let's go and create div class name equals poster let's add a placeholder. Next we need a div, give it a class name. Why not just duplicate it, copy and paste, and let's call it title, and we have tagline for now, and we need to add location. Let's use footer for now, and inside the footer we will add flex and we will add and let's add location, and we will add stamp for timestamp or date, whatever you can use for class name, but I will prefer using stamp for the date. Perfect. Now let's save, and inside the home I will add if loading. Then we need to simply add for let I equal 0, I less than, and I plus plus. But for the list or length we will just add, let's use let's use 12. And for list I will add var underscore list equals, and why not just add right here let underscore list. And I guess I am just creating a temporary array. Let's add it right here, and we need to push and add item, import add item from add item, and let's simply push add item, and we need to pass placeholder equals true. Now we need to add set list, and inside the set list we will simply add underscore list, and for now just print this list. Save and go and check inside our OLX app. Oh, we have a couple of errors. It says too many re-renders. Actually we need to call this thing inside use effect, and we will add use effect, and we will add a callback, and we will check for list, or maybe well check for list for now, and we will simply move this code inside the use effect and save. And now we have the error gone. Right click and inspect, and inside the home page we have all these add items placeholders. So we need to go inside app, and for the add item I'll simply use placeholder. We have poster dot placeholder, and you should know when we use multiple classes without any space, that is if I click or hit spacebar once, it is actually means that the placeholder class is a child of poster. But if I remove this space, it means the poster should include the placeholder, otherwise it will look for this poster. Now we need to add title, and we need to add a placeholder. Now we need to include a tagline, and we need to add tagline dot placeholder, and we need to add footer, and inside the footer we will simply add for location, and we have location dot placeholder, we have stamp, and let's use stamp dot placeholder. Let's save. And I guess I have missed the placeholder thing. If I just give a height of 10 pixel or 20, yes, let's give a width of 30 pixels and nothing happens. Actually we need to add a placeholder class. No, there is no placeholder, so let's add placeholder, and we need to create keyframes placeholder, and we need to add 50%, well, let's use 0%, and add opacity of 0.5, and on 100% we will keep one for the opacity, and we need to add the anim class if we have not added. Let's save, and inside the placeholder we will simply add background of #ccc, and we will use animation placeholder 1 second infinite linear. Perfect. Now we need to go inside the output, and you can see we have this nice placeholder flickering. But you can see we need to change the linear to ease in, ease out, and save. This way we will have a nice effect right here. Now we need to add the anim class. Let's add, or maybe search for anim. No, it is not right here. So let's create .anim, and for the anim class I will add transition, and for transition we will use all 0.2 seconds linear, and it will have 0-second length. So let's save, and we need to go inside add item, and for poster let's use anim, 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 anim. Wow, there's too much anim right here. And let's save. Now let's check if we can now control this title thing. So let's add a height of 20 pixels and width of 50 pixels. We need to tweak our animation, so for I guess we should change the placeholder to 50%. Just let's use 50, and let's use the opacity to 0.5 for now, and placeholder 1 second linear infinite. Just remove the is in is out. So here is the smooth animation. Perfect. Now let's use add item, and for add item I will use flex 1 and margin to 10 pixels. But for the home page we need to change the padding, and as we have added inside the header, and that is padding 0% and 18%. So let's select the home page and add padding. Perfect. Let's add right here, and for the add item we will use let's quickly inspect, and now we have this nice 288 and 266. So give the width 288 pixels and height of 266 pixels, and just keep it for now. Let's copy and paste and save. Now we need to go inside the poster, and for the poster we need to add roughly 160 pixels. So let's add height 160 pixels, and we have this nice animation. Perfect. So let's quickly add height 160 pixels, and for the home page we will use flex, and you can see the home page is actually starting from the top, and that is really bad. First of all, let's quickly add flex, and next we need to change the home page top to something like hnave, and we need to add div class name equals HCLR, and it will work as a workaround for the HCLR, the header height, because the header is actually a fixed class. So let's select the HCLR, and we have header 70 and hnave is 50, so we need to add a height of 120 pixels. This way we are starting the or removing the extra height for the fixed header. And next we need to add flex wrap and flex basis, or maybe for the add item we will add flex basis to 25%. And for add item, let's quickly add a margin of 10 pixels, or maybe 15, and we need to add max width and max height, and I guess we have added a lot of margin, so let's reduce it to maybe 4. To keep these 4 columns we need to change the margin to, let's keep the 7. So let's quickly copy again, and inside the add item I'll add min as well. Perfect. And for the home page, don't forget to add flex wrap. Perfect. Now we need to add one more thing, that is padding for vertical, and let's use 30 pixels. And inside the title, let's add height of 20 pixels and add a margin of roughly 10 pixels. And I guess the height should be something like 25. 25 is good. And give a width of 75%. Because we need to make it look more like title, not just a rough block. So for the title placeholder, I will add height, but let's copy the margin from the placeholder to the title block. And same for the tagline, I will use a tagline. Let's add a width and height. And for the width, let's increase it to 90%. And for the height, change it to 20 maybe. And save. And for the footer, let's use flex 1 for the location, and placeholder will be sorry, and the placeholder should be height of 15 and width should be, let's remove the width, and width should be something like 100 pixels. Let's use max width. And for the stamp, use same as well. And for the anim placeholder and stamp placeholder, max width should be 100. And let's add flex 1 and add align self to flex, and text line maybe align items to flex n, and justify content to flex n. And we need to change the max width and use margin left, and that is 20 pixels. And for the location, let's use flex 2 and let's use 100. I guess we should just remove the stamp placeholder. So remove stamp and left and just remove for now. And for the location, let's add flex 1 and just remove the height to 0 pixels. And for the footer, we will simply add margin top to 15 is good, I guess. So go inside the footer and add margin top 15 or 14, 15. And for the location, just add a height. I guess we should reduce the height to 12 for now. So let's copy. And for the flex, let's add 2. And for the stamp, we will add a height of 0 with a flex of 1 and a height of 0 pixel. Let's save. And if we can reload, we now have these nice placeholders. Perfect. Now we need to add a margin between these blocks. It is too much. Just say, should we keep it, or let's go inside the add item and change basis to something like 23 and 24, and increase the margin 10 and reduce to 23%. And if we can check, it is actually 280 pixels. So one more thing you have noticed, that is we have this border around the block. So what if we add border 1 pixel DDD solid, and if we can add a padding of 10 pixels maybe, and for the width, or maybe basis should be 21 or maybe 20, and for margin we can increase it to 21, and we should use 20.5%, or maybe 21 is good. And let's increase the margin and reduce the padding to something like 8, and reduce the margin to 10 and change the, yeah, perfect for now. But you can see we have this margin from the right side of the block. So the width, it is if we can reduce the margin, well, that is weird. So we need to change the min width to 280 and max to 280 pixels, flex 20, and let's add a margin of 3 pixels, and we will have top 3 pixels, right 3 pixels, and bottom should be 15 and left should be 3 pixels, or maybe we can change it to 20 pixels. Perfect. But you can see we have to add at least 10 pixels to keep a nice margin, so just change back to 10 pixels. And for the basis, if we can for the min width, if we can change to, well, it is actually behaving weird, and 8 is good. Let's use 9 or maybe 8. And for min width, let's increase it to 270, max width to 270. Perfect. Now we need to quickly copy and paste inside the add item. Here we go. Let's save, and we have our nice placeholders. Perfect. Let's quickly see what we have got so far. We have this nice placeholders, and now we need to add this load more button. So let's go and inside the home, right below the list, let's add a button. I guess we need to add a div class name of add list, let's add flex right here instead of home. And for home page, let's remove the flex. I guess we should keep the padding right here. So save, and right below the add list we will add button load more, class name equals load more, font RC33 or maybe. Great, let's save, and we need to add a load more, hover and save. Don't forget to add an anim class. Perfect. And actually we need to add a font instead of B, just use font B. Now click and inspect, and for the font size I will use is 18 or maybe 16. 18 is too big. Yeah. Now I need to add margin 0 auto and display table, and I will add a margin of 40 pixels, and let's add a border 2 pixels /CCC solid, and add a background of white, and add a padding of 20 and 10, and let's add a border radius of 10 pixels. Perfect. Now we need to change the border color to this nice block. As you have noticed, we are not having our icons right here. It is actually expired and we need to reload it, and we will add it shortly. Change the border size to 3 pixels and padding to 8 and 16. Let's copy and paste inside the load more, and for the load more hover, I will right click and force state hover, and I will add box shadow, inset 0 pixels 0 pixels 0 pixels, and here is the color. So I will add here we go, and I will add an extra 0 pixels right here to keep things straight, and it is 20 pixels or maybe 25 is good. We can just change the border or remove the border to 0 pixels, and for the box shadow we can use 5 pixels or 4 pixels maybe. And for the hover we will use both box shadows, and we need to add X and Y, and yes, I guess, and just add a color of FFF. Perfect. If we can quickly change I guess we should just remove this shadow and instead just use the padding to some more like 10 pixels, and let's use 20. And for the box shadow we will use box shadow instead of inset. Well, let's use inset for now. and instead of we need to change to 0 and 4 pixels, and the padding need to be increased 20 to maybe 25, and the color should be blue. Actually I need to color pick this color, and let's copy and paste inside the load more. And for the hover, we will just change the box inset all the way inside, and if we can just remove the hover state, and let's mouse hover, and we have a nice hover effect. Perfect. Now we need to add this nice ribbon. Let's quickly copy, open image in new tab, and it has this phone app WebP. And why it is has this WebP thing? Inspect, and it has this nice phone app.png. Let's use this URL for now. So let's copy, and we need to add div class name equals app ribbon, and we will add a try the OLX app. And we will add h2 class name equals title, and font be, let's use S30 with the color, and try the OLX app. And we need to add same for the tagline, but for the font size we will use S18 with a color. Perfect. Oh, I need to remove this h2. Actually VS Code just generates all the way automatically, so let's add a div class name equals image, or maybe let's use image, and we need to add image source, and we need to use this URL. You can of course just download to your local and just save. And for the second thing, I'll add a div class name equals meta, and just save. Now I will add app ribbon, and don't forget to add a react.fragment, otherwise it will give a nice error. Adjacent JSX elements should be wrapped inside single component. Let's save. And for the app ribbon, use the image, and there is an image inside image. And oh, I guess I have forgot to add S18 or maybe 20. And for the meta, I will add meta, and we have title, and we have slogan. just change the second title to slogan and use the font and go and check. Here we go. And now we need to add the app ribbon padding to 0 pixels and 18%, so that we can keep things clear. And for the ribbon I will use flex. Perfect. We need to close this bottom. And for the background I will use F1, F1 and F1, or maybe F9. Yes, perfect. So simply copy and paste right here. And for the meta thing I will add, or maybe we need to add AIC. Perfect. I guess we don't need any padding for the meta thing, so let's use AIC. Now we need to add these images, so let's inspect, and we have, oh, it is actually just adding the webp thing. So let's, I guess we should go to, or maybe just copy these blocks. So let's add links, and for the links we need to add get your app today. And we need to add an image. Hey Hassan, how are you, boy? So let's add a ref hash with an image, and the image should be App Store 2x. Just remove this HTTPS. And for the second image we need to copy the link and paste right here, and just remove the HTTPS. Perfect. Let's go inside app.css, and for the app ribbon dot links we need to add the title, anchor, and anchor hover. Save. And if we can go inside the div, class name equals flex is, and we will use dot is and save. Let's add a class name of no-ul bl, because we need to keep these things as blocked. So now let's inspect and just use anchor and add a margin, or maybe let's use a margin of 10 pixels. Yes. And top, let's use top 0, 10 for right, 0 for bottom, and left 0 pixels. Here we go. Perfect. Let's copy and paste inside the links, anchor. And for the title I will use is 24 and a nice margin of 20 pixels. And let's use 20. Here we go. Now I need to add flex 2 for the meta, maybe. If we can go and check, yeah, perfect. We are all set. Now we need to add this footer, and for the footer I will create new file, footer.js, and quickly copy and paste, export default footer, and let's create footer. And for the footer, let's use a div footer with a flex, and we have block, and we have a title, width is 16, font B, and a color, and we have popular categories, and we have this links, link to equals. We need to import link from React Router DOM. Just add slash for now, and we will add clause name equal no UL, no ULH, font and is 14 with a color. Just duplicate it a couple of times and change flats for rent jobs and mobile phones. And let's quickly duplicate a couple of times, and one is trending searches, one is about us, and last one is OLX. Just go inside the app.css, add footer, and add block. We have title and save. Go inside the app, and for the footer, let's add import footer from comps footer, and just add right here. Perfect. Let's save, and we have our nice footer. And now we need to change the ribbon copy inside, and let's choose F1 and save. Sorry. And now we need to add block, and block should be flex with a flex call. It will lead us to flex direction column. Let's go inside props, and flex call should be flex direction column, and save. Here we go. Now we need to add a flex one, and we need to add padding 0 and 0 pixels. Perfect. We need to change this padding thing bottom to 50 pixels to keep a nice padding from the bottom. And we need to add, well, for now just copy and paste inside the block, and save. And for the title, simply margin bottom to 15 pixels or maybe 10 is good. 10 pixels. And I guess we are done with the footer, or maybe one more thing. Let's add anchor, and for the anchor I will use a line height of 1.5 or 6, maybe 8. 6 is good. Line height of 1.6. Perfect. One more thing, that is the footer border top 1 pixel CCC solid, and we are done. Let's copy and paste. And for the image, I guess we should use display block to remove this margin from the bottom. So let's go inside footer, home, and for the image, let's add div class name equals BL. Save. Perfect. Now I guess we are done with the, we need to add this footer from the bottom. So let's quickly add a react dot fragment, and let's use footer B, and for the footer B let's use div class name equals h2 for now. Let's use h2 for now. CFF, and font is 14, and just quickly copy this for now. We will add these links later once we are done with the home page. And we need to add free classified in Pakistan. So copy and save, and for the footer B, h2 h2.r, we will use flex1 and save. And we need to select the footer B and add padding of 0 pixels and 18%. Background should be red, but we will change it to the theme color. Right here. And let's add 10 for now, or maybe 15, 16 for now. So copy and paste inside the app.css, save. And for the HR, we'll add text line to right. And now we have a nice home page for the OLX clone ready. Let's add a couple of more. Let's change it to 12 or maybe 16, 20. Let's use 20. Perfect. Now we have this nice home page ready for the OLX. And this is it for this video, and in next video we will continue with the series. But before leaving, if you have not subscribed to Watch Me Code YouTube channel, then please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And if you have not liked the Watch Me Code Facebook page, then please